All right, let's go, fellas. It's another great day out here. Man, what a blessing. Team Turley's in the house today. You know the deal. Get up here, get signed up. Let's go, fellas. Let's do it.
For these outings, we attend about 100 a year. And this one in particular is for police officers.
Put your hands up.
And firefighters that come. So they come by and we do a sign up so everybody can enter to win a speaker that we give away, and then we're collecting the data. So that way we can go back, put them in our database, and then we do a follow-up with them.
Please don't burn his mustache off.
So we love to give back to our community.
Put your hands up.
Especially this community, because they have poured back into us as well.
Okay, whatever I want.
Yeah. Well, to an extent, smartass. Oh, fucking firefighters.
Three mortgage teams that have thrived during tough times. How do they do it? Stay tuned. In small town Mooresville, Indiana, Angie Turley and her team have developed an approach that combines doing good work in her community with developing contacts that turn into business.
The first thing I did when I came to Fairway, I started getting more involved with my community because I moved my office to downtown Mooresville. And the first thing I did was become a member of the chamber, and ever since then became part of the nonprofits. It just all has snowballed. So there's a lot of them. The Mooresville Chamber, a Victorian Christmas board, a senior retreat board.
And then we'll eat a bit and then get into the fun stuff. The meeting.
Turley sits on 13 nonprofit boards and community organizations. But she also holds dozens of events a year for groups that serve the people of Mooresville and surrounding areas.
Thank you. See you guys. So every board that I sit on connects to another board, connects to another board. And so it's been really nice just to watch it all, just because I want us to be involved with as many of the police and fire boards as we can. Thanks for doing this. You're the best.
You ever been in the basement?
No. It sounds a little scary.
She showed up to the town council meetings. She comes in the police department. She supports the police.
Appreciate that.
She does a lot of community stuff. She helps us during Christmas. And anytime we need something, she's always got somebody she can call to help us out.
You're the best.
I try.
Bye, guys. Good to see you guys. See, fucking car's still running. The fuckers are in there eating donuts.
But she's an acquired taste.
I looked around the boardroom the other day, and I've done a mortgage for either every person on that board or someone in their family. So it's just kind of nice that they will give me business, and I don't ask. I just am there and I support their organizations, and in turn they support my business. So between the police, the fire, all the events that we do in our nonprofits, I would say that that accounts for a good 60% of our business that comes in the door. It's a big deal. Holy shit. And 12, 13. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
We're already about to close through the end of this month what we closed all of last year.
Yeah.
Pipeline's looking real good. Angie motherfucking Turley.
We brag on each other a lot, and I'm just very fortunate in the fact that I have somebody who is so not only successful, but just came from nothing and has everything, but she is just the most kind and caring and courteous person you'll ever meet, despite, you know, the F-bombs and the other things. But she is just such a giver, and she's all about giver's gain, and she's like, I'll give everybody the clothes off my back even if they give me nothing.
I grew up on the east side of Indianapolis. We lived in poverty. We were on food stamps and lived in a trailer the majority of my life. It definitely helped to shape me who I am today and to teach me all the things that I was not going to do with my children or my life. So when I had my first successful year, I decided to start giving back 50% of my income to charities. And since then, I have had my team always talk about giver's gain, because every time we give back, we get back 10 times from the community and the people that we give to.
You've always been great to me.
But there were times that I would go next door. There was a liquor store next door, and I would go get a whole fifth of Tito's and put it in a water bottle. And because Seth was like, "You can't drink in here," so he's seen all sides. 2 years ago, I decided to get sober. I don't know that I would be here had I not chose to give up alcohol. I was on a very rough path, to the point that my doctor said, if you don't quit drinking and change your lifestyle, you will be dead by the time you're 50. You eat too much, you drink too much, you smoke too much, you cuss too much, you do everything too much. And she said, you have to give me something. So I hired my health coach and I lost 50 pounds. Well, at 2023, I'd hit the plateau where I couldn't lose any more weight. And then I had done 22 shots of Fireball at a golf outing, and I decided I had to use the restroom, and I pulled my pants down on the golf course, and that was not a fun next day, let me tell you. I decided to quit drinking in September of 23, then I was able to shed another 50 pounds, so I'm down 100 pounds total since I started this journey, but quitting drinking definitely helped. I just wasn't gonna quit drinking until I was ready to quit drinking. And nobody was gonna tell me otherwise, because nobody tells Angie mother Turley what to do, right? So since then, the majority of my team has quit drinking. My daughter, Kimmy, has completely quit drinking, and my other kids have slowed down drinking. And every single person at Fairway, when I told them that I wanted to quit drinking, I mean, Steve Jacobson, they all helped advocate for me.
We're all broken. We're going through stuff. The good Lord puts us in timeout for a reason. That pain you go through is to make you better. I know it is.
And then since then, because I have told my story and I shared, in turn, I've now helped at least 24 people at Fairway quit drinking as well, which has been a big thing for them too.
I really do want to know how the recovery is going.
Like, it's 6 weeks of non-weight bearing. 6 weeks of non-weight bearing. Oh, one-legged hop. We're going. Got it. Long story short, woo, 6 weeks non-weight bearing. Just another day. How we doing?
Let's go to this first table.
My knee's been bothering me for a long time, so I finally went to the doctor and got it checked out. Ended up, I had torn cartilage all throughout my kneecap. And so they had to go in and take all the old cartilage out, scope it, clean it up, and then put in like a new gel type cartilage. And super easy surgery, but 6-month recovery.
Outside of Kansas City, Tanner Garver and his partners Matt Devine and Ryan Plattner are adapting to Garver's injury. It's just the latest challenge facing this relatively new team.
Matt and I were with our branch. We had a branch manager that left about 3 years ago. Matt and I were like, well, you know, he left, but we love Fairway and there's no reason for us to leave. And we went to our regional manager, Dan Richards, and wanted to see if there's a potential of us taking over the brand. And then we thought Tanner would be just a great addition with energy.
Hi, everybody.
Recruiting, you know, helping.
I just talk to people.
Just talk a lot.
Just young blood, young new blood.
However, shortly after launching the new branch, the managers realized they were in the middle of a crisis.
I don't know, man. I'm nervous going into this.
It started out where we had to climb ourselves out of a very big hole of money. And it was right when the mortgage downturn hit. And rates started to go up. LOs were dropping out of the business like flies. And we had to go in and restart our balance sheet and restart our profit and loss and our P&L. And we had to make some very hard decisions on, 1, people, on 2, how we were paying LOs to basically get out of the hole. And we came together and rallied, essentially. We also had the help of having our systems in place from behind the scenes of marketing, from behind the scenes on operations. So then our top producers started producing again. My personal team doubled down hard on marketing. When we were doing 1 to 2 meetings with realtors a week. We jumped it to 5 meetings a week. We made our operations staff work even harder to make sure that we were out of files. And so we had to work 10 times harder. And once people caught on that we could do it and grow together, they wanted to jump on board. We're at 375 year to date, and with locked loans in production, we'll be at 425, which is number 3 in all of Fairway.
What makes Fairway incredibly special, it's like Loan Officer Disneyland, because they give us as many opportunities as we could ever ask for to succeed, to be able to pick the top producers around the country's brains about what they do, to be able to bring in loans, what their marketing ideas are, and everybody just comes together and is just willingly sharing all of their tricks and the tips that they have to be super successful. All of Fairway is on our team. Closing is on our team, underwriting's on our team. There's no tug between loan officers and underwriters trying to get loans closed. Everybody's working towards the same goal, to help the customer.
But with the Thanksgiving holiday ahead, the branch heard that a local food pantry was already nearly out of food due to government cutbacks.
Put some high-pressure sales tactics on people, guilt them into it.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
I think it was Matt's idea right away, like, hey, everybody pitch in whatever they can.
It just took all our reserves to buy a minimum. So we went down from 90 boxes a week to 60 boxes a week.
And the branch will match up to $1,500 on top of it. And we just jumped right on it.
What do I call this feeling that's swelling up in me?
So we're going to pick up all of this food and take it over to the Shawnee Community Services Center.
That makes me believe.
Like as much as I can grab with all the government shutdown stuff going on, and with so many people that were struggling, it's like it was such a perfect time for us to be able to get everybody together, collect a whole bunch of donations, and come get about $2,500 worth of food.
Mystery. Love is the only thing we need, and that makes me happy.
You know, this is another opportunity to give back. We're all blessed. We have abundance, and we feel like we definitely needed to give back. Happy Hearts is adults that have Down syndrome, and it's a way for them to get out and work in the community. They do envelopes, stamps, check the mail.
Every Tuesday for 10 years-ish.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
Watch out, Steve.
Louisville.
We started the Fairway branch. It'll be 10 years this January.
It's hard to believe that the years is almost over already.
You know, we're co-branch managers, myself and Jason McPherson.
First thing I want to talk about is about NMLS stuff.
I've got like my production team. Don't forget, we do want to take out the appraisal admin fee. I try to make the phone ring. They work apps as they come in. I mean, they can lock loans. In 2024, closed 244 units for a little over $70 million. Almost 100% of my business comes from realtor referrals. We try to attend pretty much every single closing. So going to the closing, you know, number one, I mean, we're building that bond with the buyer's agent, but we're also meeting the listing agent a lot of times for the first time at that closing. A lot of times we end up adding that listing agent as a future referral partner. And so it just keeps kind of growing from there. And I think one of the big things is letting agents know that we actually, you know, we do want to work with them. We want their business. Just reaching out and saying, hey, you know, it was great working with you. I would love to work with you in the future. You know, what can I do to earn your business?
The Jason Lawrence team's approach is to make every loan experience as good as it can be for their clients, even if it means going to extraordinary lengths.
Connor Walsh and his wife Genevieve, you know, they were under contract to buy a house at the same time she was due with their first child. They knew the timing was going to be pretty close.
She was due on September 11th, and then our closing date was the 19th.
Well, of course, it just so happened that the baby came a little late. She went into labor the night before the closing. So Connor reached out to me. He said, you know, oh my God, we just had our baby. What are we going to do? You know, hey, Connor, how about, you know, would you guys be opposed to just signing in the hospital? And he said, you can do that?
I'm like not even a day after an emergency C-section, so I'm a mess. We were very grateful that they came to the hospital. It was hilarious because like we kept telling all the doctors like, oh, we're literally signing on our new house right now, you know, because they'd be like, who's this person?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
it was funny.
It was crazy.
The more people you can get in front of, the better. We'll do different events from time to time. Like we did a pickleball event recently. There's a day at Churchill Downs, a day at the track. So I'll go to that and invite some agents out there every year.
But the Jason Lawrence team will tell you that perhaps the biggest difference maker for them is their association with Fairway Home Mortgage.
Fairway, it's night and day different, honestly, from any place I've ever been. From day one, before we even came on, we were told so many things that Fairway was gonna do, and it was hard to believe it all, honestly. And Jason and I think we both said, if half of what they said is true, we're gonna be in a great spot. And we found out everything they said was true, plus some. I mean, I had never been somewhere before where underwriters, where they cared if you hit a closing date, where closers cared. It's night and day difference. I always try to start my day by working out. My family kind of does the same thing, and sometimes our schedules align where we're all there at the same time, which happened today.
Jason's devotion to fitness springs from a life-altering event 3 years ago when he was told he had throat cancer.
It popped up on my phone that I had a MyChart result, and at the very end it said, you have a tumor that's highly suspicious to be cancerous.
I was kind of shocked and in disbelief. And just talking about it kind of hurts me. So he was saying, Sunda, I am worried about you and the kids in case something happens. He said, I want to get things together financially for you.
And somehow, even though my cancerous tumor was pretty large, fortunately, it had not spread anywhere, not to even a single lymph node. And so they said, you only need radiation. However, it's 30 radiation treatments to the full throat. And they said that is the toughest radiation treatment of any part of the body because it's directly to your throat.
Jason endured 6 weeks of torturous daily radiation treatments that left him basically unable to leave his bed. But then his slow recovery began.
I decided to get back in the gym. I hadn't been in 3 months. Got on the treadmill and I could barely walk a quarter mile. I was just completely exhausted. But I went back every single day, and every day I either lifted a little more, did a few more reps, or walked a little faster, a little farther, started to jog.
Ever since that cancer, I try to make it here every single morning, If I go every day, it's like it can't catch me, you know what I mean?
When it came time for Jason's first scan to see if the treatment had been successful, the stress was overwhelming.
I opened the phone up and took a look at it, and basically it said that there was no evidence of cancer or a tumor. I looked and it was just, I think I had more tears of joy finding out I was clear than tears when I found out I had cancer. Man, the adrenaline, it was awesome.
Once I talk about it, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
I can barely think straight, kind of.
Comes right back, you're back in that moment, I know. I am gonna get on a treadmill next to my wife for a minute so that you all have to get her in a shot too, doing that.
Are you really taking pictures of Domino's pizza?
It's the tattoo, I'm getting the tattoo. It is an emotional support hot dog toaster for knee surgery.
I got you. Let me carry it.
You always show me up. You have to help people. You have to have a servant heart.
I will see people, realtors that I haven't seen for years, and they're proud of me and they want to be in my life again.
I feel like I got through it because of them.
It's going to come back in return. You see how athletic this is?
The joy, unbelievable.
And it's been pretty awesome.